Middlemarch. Every now agrees that Middlemarch is George Eliot's masterpiece and perhaps the greatest of all English novels, writes British critic Lawrence Lerner. Arnold Cattle, another eminent British critic, believed that the novelist of the future will turn to Middlemarch more often than to any other English novel. Critical opinions has upheld Middlemarch not just as a great Victorian novel but as an all-time classic to be read and studied not just in the university but also by the common readers following the serialization of Middlemarch on British television. Sales of the book shot up, making it as bestseller. However, Middlemarch, which was first published in 8 books, was not so universally well received in its own time. While Victorian reviewers were impressed with the vast scale on which English society was presented and by the author's moral seriousness, they were not quite enthusiastic by melancholy study of failure and disillusionment, as David Carroll informed us in this introduction to the Oxford University Press edition of Middlemarch. The text we have used in Penguin edition with the introduction by W.J. Harvey and all pages reference are to it. Middlemarch, or a study of provincial life, is set in England in 1830. It is neither a story about Dorothea nor Lydgate, the main character, but it is complex structure of 5 stories. The focus is thus dispersed over a wide range of personal relationship with the context of Middlemarch. The provincial society is composed of country and town in its clear, and while in the country rank is the primary consideration of social status in town. Social hierarchy is based on financial grounds. Middlemarch then is a microscopic sample of English society in the state of change. Middlemarch is a long novel, but it's worth your while to read the text in its entirety. So every now agrees that Middlemarch is George Eliot's masterpiece and perhaps the greatest of all English novel. That is said by critic Lawrence Lerner. Arnold Cattle, another eminent British critic, believed that the novelist of the future will turn to Middlemarch more often than to any other English novel. Critical opinion has upon Middlemarch more often to any other English novel. Critics has upheld Middlemarch not just a great Victorian novel but as all-time classic.